36 tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I kind of miss the paper. Can you still get papers?
To me, the most amazing thing about the news is that whatever goes on in the world, it exactly fits the number of pages that they're using in the paper that day.
Like the paper.
Yeah.
Like the Journal Sentinel.
Yeah.
Can you still buy that?
Of course you can.
Where?
Gas stations, everywhere.
I mean, I don't know. They must stand around after each edition going, I don't believe we just made it again.
Nobody reads a newspaper anymore, Gabe. You're looking at me crazy.
If one more thing happens, we're screwed. There's no more room in newspaper.
2% of the people probably read a newspaper.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Did you find yourself a newspaper yesterday?
Nope, wasn't really looking. I used to deliver papers, though. What a horrible job.
That was like a family side job we did for a while. Delivering the Journal Sentinel and Horicon.
Did you have to put it together?
Yeah.
I used to have to put it together.
Sunday we had to just put the Sunday insert.
No, I had to
so
put
you
sports, lifestyle,
Yeah, I didn't have to put it together.
estate.
We would just have a stack that would arrive at our house, and we would go do it. And the kids, we would split up, whatever money, with our parents, and yeah, it was just like a little family side job we did. I do remember one time, me and my sisters all slept in, and my dad did it by himself one time. And because there would be times where, if we do it all, we would park in the middle, on the side of the street. All the doors of our van would open, and we'd just scatter. Because you just, there's houses all over the place, like a Chinese fire drill. You get out of there, run out, come back in, go to the next block, and do it all over again.
What was the biggest pain? I could tell you right now.
Oh, waking up.
No.
As a kid, it was waking up.
No. Wrong. Josh, you ever deliver papers?
No.
The worst part of delivering papers?
Hands?
The flipping dogs.
Oh, come on.
People didn't tie their dogs up. Your dogs would chase you off the property. I can't tell you how many times I jumped over fences into bushes.
I can tell you how many times I was chased by a dog.
How many?
0.
My brother was bit.
So
it's a dangerous job.
When were you doing this? Early 80s?
Delivering papers? Oh, this is 70s, guy.
See, there were no rules in the 70s.
Yeah, there were no rules.
Yeah, by
exactly.
the time we were delivering papers in the late 90s and early 2000s, I might have been in high school. No, maybe grade school, so late 90s, early 2000s. By the time we were delivering the paper, people are tying up their dogs. There are
not
rules
back
about
in the
that.
day.
Yeah, I'm just saying. In the 70s, yes, no rules about that.
You get bit by a dog this time of year, Christmas, you expect a $5 tip, not 50 cents. 50 cents ain't getting it done.
Yeah. Did the people know that their dog had bit your brother?
Yeah.
Wait,
what?
You guys were getting paid on the spot for the newspaper?
They leave a little envelope. And I did both. But they were two separate papers. One was...
So are you doing the
5
Globe
days a
and
week?
Herald or what?
It was the Hampshire... I don't know, in the Springfield Gazette or something? I don't know. But for the Sunday paper, you had to put it all together.
Yeah.
So, it was a tough job.
Yeah. I remember putting them together on Sunday. You'd bring them in the house. We'd put them on the table. We'd all shuffle through them and then head to the van and go out and deliver them. But, we weren't getting paid on the spot. No.
Yeah,
you weren't?
No.
Why? There were no credit cards back then or
in the
anything.
90s?
In the 70s.
Well, yes, I was not. Okay.
No one had a credit card in the 70s.
Here's the problem.
Yes.
When I'm telling my story, you are assuming I was also delivering papers in the 70s.
Yes.
I was born in 1986.
Okay. So
we were delivering papers at different times, bud.
How many papers were you even delivering? Horicon's not that big.
No, that's a great question. I should probably text my mom or dad.
Everyone got the paper.
Oh, a lot of people got the paper, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was over 100, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very people had checkbooks. It was all cash. All cash.
Yeah.
I don't think my parents had a checkbook until the 90s. And a credit card till the 2000s.
Really?
Yes. You pay the water bill in town with cash. And maybe a chicken.
The barter
Some
system.
borscht. We worked on the barter system.
Was the chicken the tip? Or you were a little short that month and you had to come up with something, so you handed the city a chicken.
Chicken was $20. If you want it slaughtered, $30.
Oh, wait, live chicken?
Yes. What do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were giving them like a dressed chicken
we're
from
huge
the freezer.
barterers. I'm still a barterer today with the Blammer.
Yeah,
the more stories I hear, and I think I have a pretty deep understanding of you and how your brain works.
Yes.
But the more stories I hear about your youth, the more it makes sense that you and the Blammer get along.
Correct. Because I have another Blammer back home still.
In
You got two
Massachusetts?
In Massachusetts, yeah. This one's a little more...
If you got two Blammers, do you have one?
I don't know. But I mean, like, I keep my equipment in his barn.
Okay.
And the trade-off is Jameson. Every Thursday. Right? He needs me to cut his lawn.
Yep.
That's 13 years of corn. That's how we roll.
13?
Yes.
Why not 15?
It's good corn. Not.
13
We don't
years
have
of
a salary cap when it comes to bartering.
Yeah,
That's the nice thing about it.
The negotiations that you end up in, like, how are you not ending on round numbers,
Yeah.
5s and 10s?
I don't know. I really don't know.
13 years of corn.
Yeah. I kind of like the barter system.
Yeah, I could see why you would. Because you're not allowed, you don't have access to your own money. So I understand why you would you then want to trade the things that you have.
We're eventually going there with robots.
What?
Do you see a robot now out of China? I was going to send it to you yesterday. But I guess the thing is like very strong, very powerful, very scary.
Well, they're making the Terminator? Is that what you're saying?
I'll dial it up for you in the break.
Wait, so what do robots have to do? I mean, robots to me
Because we're
take
going to
us
eventually
further
go back
away.
to bartering because there's going to be a huge war where it's us against the robots where there's going to be no monetary system. So you're going to have to like buy a cartridge of like whatever, laser beam cartridges for maybe a loaf of bread.
So this has been my point.
Yeah, we're getting there.
The entire time. For those who don't know, Chewy and his lovely wife, Angie, have invested into some sort of company that makes a burger flipping robot. And I was very anti this. I felt betrayed by Chewy because I am terrified of robots. Mostly because I believe pretty much the entire scenario that Chewy just laid out. I believe there is going to be a great robot revolution, and that is going to be the collapse of society.
After watching this video, yeah, I'm a little worried. I am. It's kind of scary.
How sure are you that you just didn't get fooled by the internet?
No, it was.
Because there's a lot of robot videos that are just fake.
Was it an Onion article?
It's a humanoid robot. We'll get to it.
He's just playing.
Yeah,
okay.
We're not.
We'll
playing
figure
that
it
over
out.
the air.
All right.
I tried to make the transition because the Packer, even like the Onion is making fun of the Packers now.
Packers or Joe Barry? There's a difference now. You can separate the two.
No, because Matt LaFleur did not separate the two yesterday. So turns out when Joe Barry's still your defensive coordinator, when they're making Joe Barry jokes, they're making Green Bay Packers jokes. And that's what happened yesterday on The Onion. If you happen to miss it, you can go check it out online. I'm sure we'll retweet it from our account at GenGabeChewy. I believe that the joke was a high-powered telescope could actually see the Packers playing off coverage 10 million light years away. That was the joke because, well...
So what? Well, now we're going to hear from him, but just preempt me.
Okay.
Is he defending Joe Barry now? Are we there?
I'll let you decide here because, well, of course, that was going to be the opening of the press conference yesterday. Here's Matt LaFleur on Joe Barry saying that he's going to be the defensive coordinator for the rest of the season, and he gives reasons why he's not going to fire him.
If I thought that was the best solution, then we'd make that decision. But when you're having basic communication problems and you're supposed to be in a certain coverage or a certain rotation and we're not getting that communication, that's what's so disappointing to me.
Who's that fall on?
So here's my problem with that. Here's my problem. If you're having basic communication issues, you tell me, Chew, who's that on?
Well, first off, it's on the defensive coordinator, and then it's on the head coach because everything falls under him. And I get it. I've haven't been around this game. That yes, there are coaches that just aren't going to fire their friends and stuff. They're just not. But he's going to go down with the ship. He's going to go because the noise is. I went shopping yesterday, food shopping. Shocking.
You went to the grocery store.
Yeah,
wild.
And 3 people just came up and like, what are they doing with this berry? And that's just a small sample size.
Okay, I gotta hold on. When people come up to you in the grocery store, are these people you're familiar with?
Yeah.
Are these also people you see every day at the grocery store since you're there so much? Are these employees that you're familiar with? Are these just people from the neighborhood?
No, every day, a couple employees, couple of people that. Because I showed you, I go the same time every day.
Oh yeah, like
10:48.
Yeah.
To 10:54.
Yeah, depending, it's scary. It's scary accurate, Josh. It depends upon the day, of course.
Is that because you're leaving the gym at 10:30?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
I was gonna say because having a 48 in there seems weird if you're because like I go places, I just try and go.
No, I took a picture and sent it to the group one time,
that was
and it was like
a year or 2 ago.
49, I think. So that's my window.
Because, again, Chewy operates in these windows because he's very regimented.
I do want to play... I had an issue with the audio there.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I wanted.
Yep.
Right.
I fixed it. Here's the full thing.
Is Joe going to remain your DC, your play caller for the rest of the season?
Yeah, that is the plan.
Why do you think he puts your defense in the best position to win these couple games?
Well, like I said, I mean, this is not... If I thought that was the best solution today, then we'd make that decision. But when you're having basic communication problems and you're supposed to be in a certain coverage or a certain rotation and we're not getting that communication, that's what's so disappointing to me, is the fact that it was poor communication. And it always starts with us. I mean, as it starts with myself, and then it goes to all our assistant coaches. So obviously, the coaching wasn't up to the standard, and then our performance on the field definitely showed that as well.
Now, I agree with him. It does. There's no benefit to him firing him today. So let me tell you why. The peril is Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah,
that's the peril, because Aaron coming back was still holding out the hope that they'd be in the playoffs. They're not. They're done. There's no reason for Aaron to play. Even though
Aaron with the Jets. Aaron with the Jets.
I love what Aaron's doing because I believe there's probably a part of it for his ego, but I think he just wants to play and complete and say, we're going to be okay. There's no reason to play. Like Joe Barry, you're still in a playoff hunt. Firing him, who you gonna promote?
Yeah, so this is where I kind of landed on Chew with listening to this yesterday, and maybe this is me as a Packers fan grasping at straws, trying to convince myself that Joe Barry is still not going to be here at the end of the season. Very possible, Josh. But if you're having communication issues and things are falling through the cracks, and you don't have someone who's been a defensive coordinator on the staff and knows what goes into that planning. Like, it's tough for me to elevate someone and then not expect to still have similar communication issues, right?
Yes.
Because you don't have the preseason or the offseason to prepare. You have 6 days to prepare and try to get ready for a game and make sure everything's in line and something's probably going to fall through the cracks if you're doing it for the first time throughout the course of a week. And that seems to be, at least the excuses that he gave yesterday, seem to be some of the issues. Again, I understand. I may be grasping at straws here, trying to make this make sense, but that's where I landed after watching Matt LaFleur yesterday.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In the preseason, Matt LaFleur was giving play calling duties to different people on the offensive staff.
Correct.
Was that happening on the defensive staff and I just missed it? Can't we point to the lack of having a plan B or having established people within the defensive staff to call the defensive coordinator also on Matt LaFleur? Because
I mean, sure. I don't know if you want to plan for, in case I fire this guy.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you hire so many people who seem to be only specialized coaches that can't really... who on the defensive staff is making them better?
But, okay, fair question.
We don't know.
Fair question, but I'd counter that with, Josh, isn't our number one complaint that, like, all these bad coaches that have been fired as defensive coordinators, they always get jobs and then they're retreads.
Yeah, because
and they're
it's a buddy league. It's a nepotism league. They don't hire the most qualified. I owe you a favor. For, when I worked in Washington, I'm talking LaFleur here.
Yeah.
You know, when I worked in Washington and you gave me that job, well, I got to hire your kid and I'm going to bring him on the staff. The biggest tell out of this whole season is we've been so used to like, ooh, this linebacker's coach is being pursued to be a defensive coordinator. There's none of that. You hear anything? You hear any other coach on this team being considered as another coordinator or a head coach?
I mean,
nothing. There's nothing. And you know what?
When you're turning Tommy DeVito into, NFC Player of the Week, I don't think anybody's.
Did you hear me go a little wrestling there?
You did.
And you know what? Let me tell you here what's next.
Let me tell you something here, brother.
This is what's a complete joke. We can accept it with the offense early in the year with communication problems because they're young. They're young. They're going to make mistakes. These players have all been around for as long as Joe Barry has, and the fact that they're having communication issues is a flipping joke. A joke. You know what that tells you? They ain't studying. They're not in the room. They're going home to see their girlfriends and stuff like that. To me, I translate it as the players aren't putting in the time. They don't care. They have no respect for Barry. That's why there's communication issues.
You ever get jealous, or did Reggie ever ask you to go do the wrestling stuff? Because I think you could have done it.
I did go one year. We went to the Brown County Arena.
Okay.
And this is 90, probably after the Super Bowl 96.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling's hot.
Yeah.
WWF versus WCW. Monday Night Raws. Yeah.
The Hearts. Who else was there? They just panned by us on the camera. I had so much more to offer. Figure 4.
Sure. Yeah.
Wait, you wanted to wrestle?
Yes.
I mean, Reggie wrestled.
He did. So did McMichael. So did Kevin Green. All these guys that I played with and played against.
I'm saying that you could have.
I have the size.
You've got the size. You've got the height. You've got the athleticism. You could have done it.
I don't think I really wanted to put in the time.
That's fair. You had better things to do.
Does that track?
You probably had better things to do.
Yeah.
Jason Wilde was there at that press conference for Matt LaFleur yesterday. We'll get his takes on it coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
We are still dealing with an accident basically at the end of the 43 southbound to westbound on-ramp in the Marquette. So just watch out for that. It's off on the left shoulder. But for the most part, no other delays around the area. So far, so good, although volume is definitely picking up. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Delafield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy, a high of 36. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 29. Weather's brought to you by Adams Generators, the #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. Call for your free quote today at 262-944-2010 for power, peace of mind, or visit adamspower.com/generators. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Have you guys tried Celsius energy drink yet? If you haven't, can I tell you all about it? It's the clean energy drink that you need and that I need to stay active and energized all day long. Celsius is literally what gets me through the college football season because I am light on sleep during college football. Almost done though, so that's a good thing. Celsius is the essential energy drink that I choose to stay on top of it all. You can find it at your local retailer. Stay active and energized all day long with Celsius Essential Energy Drinks.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
We're about to tell you what we've chosen to be the 2023 WOW collection at Kessler's.
And all I can say is wow!
$898 buys her a pair of exotic inside-out diamond hoop earrings. 1 carat total weight of newborn created diamonds.
Inside-out diamond hoops. Wow!
Another $898 buys her a tennis bracelet that will circle her wrist with glittering diamonds.
If you want that 1 carat tennis bracelet but with natural diamonds, it's just $15.98. Wow!
A 1/4 carat diamond cluster pendant dripping with natural diamonds, just $598.
We We believe these are the lowest diamond prices we'll see in our lifetime.
4 carats total weight.
Did you say 4 carats?
I did indeed.
It's a wow engagement ring with 2 wedding bands that will fill any room with hot points of light like a disco ball.
4 carats total weight. Just $3,998.
Wow.
Find the Kessler's nearest you
And see our extended holiday hours
at KesslersDiamonds.com.
'Twas the night before Christmas and my mind was going crazy. What in the world am I gonna get for Aunt Daisy? A box of chocolate or wine? Ugh, would a gift basket be fine? Then out of the blue, a great idea flew. The Golden Mast on Okachi Lake, a Weisgerber gift card. Why didn't I think of that? For heaven's sake. A perfect gift. Dinner with a view, a warm fireplace, filet mignon, shrimp scampi, just to name a few. The holiday decorations are over the top. I bet the Golden Mast is a great idea for a happy hour stop. Live music, German night, fish fry, Sunday brunch. I'm thinking Christmas party, just a hunch. Whether it's 10 or 250 you must entertain this season, the Golden Mast has private rooms for whatever the reason. On grasshoppers, on martinis, hot toddies, and more. I can't wait to get to the Golden Mast to see what's in store. Golden Mast, dash in to dine, or buy gift cards online. Get to the website to see what's going on. That's goldenmastin.com.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
Theoretically, you could certainly draft another quarterback now with the holes you have on the roster and the fact that you just seem committed to drafting defensive players in the first round.
Okay, most of the time.
Almonds specifically or all nuts?
Well, these nuts, those nuts, whatever nuts work.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Boucher Automotive. With 16 different new car brands and over 35 pre-owned brands to choose from. Boucher Automotive. We are driven by you. Also sponsored by Century Foods. Win $700 in groceries from Century Foods as Century celebrates their 70th anniversary. Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. It is Jason Wilde. Joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Let me tell all you Chewy maniacs out there.
There we go.
Say your prayers. Take your vitamins and keep training. You can be a little Chewy maniac like me.
So just a quick little story on that. One of my favorite interviews we've done on GKW, the pro wrestling podcast I do with Jonathan Hood and Brian Rowich. Check it out at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter or our YouTube page on Thursday nights at 6. We did an interview with, his name is Matt Menard. He wrestles in AEW. And, we typically ask, people that you looked up to. And, so clearly like Hulk Hogan was somebody that he watched growing up, wrestling the 80s, 90s, all that sort of thing. And in the middle of him talking, he just stops and goes, "Wait a minute. You think when he was saying, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, you think he was talking about steroids?"
Possibly. They did call them vitamins back in the day.
Little vitamin A, little vitamin S,
V.
Little vitamin S.
They used to call Winstrol V vitamin V.
Oh, yeah?
For all the guys that were on that in the locker room. Yeah.
Did you come across that?
Oh, guys that took it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, no,
right
I'm not
now.
asking. No, I'm sure you'll forget about
Unless
it.
I'm pressed.
Yeah, name names later. Jason, what were your takeaways yesterday from Matt LaFleur at his press conference? Because it mostly focused on the defense and one Joe Barry.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm on my way to the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios. I'm listening to you guys. I don't know if I've ever been more disappointed than I am in you guys right now.
What happened? Wow.
I mean, now, granted, there's been some very entertaining conversation. I want to go shop. I want to go grocery shopping with you. But this communication thing, like, to me, and I'm not saying I know this for certain, but I think it's bull. I think it's the easiest way to explain away stuff that's wrong with whatever's going wrong on defense, offense, whatever. You always blame communication. You always. It's a catch-all. It's a cover-up. It's a red herring. Like, okay, so guys aren't doing what they're really not getting the calls that frequently? They're really lining up incorrectly that frequently? Or is it covering up for our scheme stinks and the players don't believe in it, and their execution was poor, and the guys played like crap, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. It's not that they're not communicating. It's that they're not playing well. Like, don't we have to at least entertain the possibility that this is the kind of blame it on the rain kind of answer? Because that's how it felt to me sitting there. Like, we didn't really address, like, how do you need to alter the scheme? What does Joe need to do differently? Like, the one thing that LaFleur always complains about, and Packers fans should be happy about it because they certainly complain about it, and rightfully so, is it's 3rd and 3, and your corners are 6 yards off. And so when we talked to Joe Barry on Thursday, I want an answer on that. And I went after him last Thursday, right, about the Carrington-Valentine completion that kind of jump-started the Giants' drive, the play before the 32-yarder. Like, it's what, 2nd and 3 or whatever it is, and he's playing 9 yards off, and it sets up a 9-yard completion, and Slayton gets out of bounds. They stop the clock. Like, that was the thing that pissed off LaFleur in that game. Like, this just felt to me like we're not going to get into what's really wrong here, so we're going to blame communication.
Well,
am I crazy to think that?
No. Well, I will say this, Jason, when he was talking about play calls, there are play calls I'd like to have back. I'm sure there are play calls that Joe would like to have back. Now, I don't believe there are calls that Joe would like to have back because, Jason, we've been seeing that off coverage for 3 years. We've been seeing 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 8 yards of coverage. Again, the Onion is even making fun of how far off the Packers cornerbacks play. Like, that's how far this thing has jumped the shark, is that the bleeping Onion is making fun of your team.
Jason, the closest thing I can come to, because on the offensive side of the ball, the biggest unknown for us going into the game, the biggest unknown offensively is blitz, right? So we, and Tausch would say the exact same thing. You work on blitz a ton, because you don't know where they're coming from. All you can prepare for is what you've seen from them. Now, in the game, there's going to be a twist, right? There's going to be an exotic blitz or something like that. You get together after you get torched on the sidelines and say, this is how we got to pick it up. You got to slide here. Frankie, you got to send direction here. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. There's none of that. It's like, Jason, that looked like 7-on-7 Sunday.
Yeah,
just no change, same thing, same crap. I mean, it looks so easy, and that's on Barry. If he doesn't know, I think he's a horrible in-game adjustment coach. Terrible.
You just, that is, so we asked yesterday, because everybody's frustrated with Barry, right? From Matt LaFleur to the folks at the grocery store, right? And so the question that I asked yesterday was, what is the one thing more than anything else that bothers you about how the Packers play defense under Joe Barry? And, we got some answers about playing off coverage. That was the big one, right? To me, and my answer is what you just said. And look, I understand the hardest thing to do well as a coach is adjust in-game.
Mm-hmm.
That is what separates the really good coaches from the not as good coaches. The guys that can see what's happening, recognize it, and then have a solution. And I would argue that he is really bad at in-game adjustments. That is his Achilles heel, in my opinion. Now, maybe guys that have played for him would tell me, no, Jason, is actually his issue is this or his issue is that. I don't know. But again, it just felt like yesterday this whole communication thing was kind of we don't really want to address the problem publicly, which is this scheme is obsolete, maybe, right? Like, here's the thing. There was and you know this, you saw it. Like, I always bring up Tampa 2 as the example. I was saying this last night at Rock and Brews at Potawatomi when I saw Gabe there, and I was there for the football show that Greg Matzik and Gary Ellerson do. Once upon a time, the Tampa 2 was all the rage, right? And Lovey brought it to Chicago, and it gave your boy Favre fits. Like, he was not patient enough to take the underneath stuff. Like, it was something that it took a long time for the Packers to figure out how to run the ball effectively against it and be productive and set up some explosive plays. Well, eventually, the league caught up to it, right? And then other things became. It's just like the Wildcat. The league caught up to that. So I would argue that there was a time 4 or 5 years ago when, it got Vic Fangio the head coaching job in Denver, right? It was Vic Fangio has figured out how to defend the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur offense. And it was this shell coverage that kept everything in front, forced you to go 10 to 12 plays to go get a touchdown, and you were most likely going to screw up. Well, it would appear because
I think we lost Jason there for a second. Oh, he's back.
Must not have great reception on I-43 here. Vic Fangio's defense in Miami is not great this year. Brandon Staley, who was his protege and got the Chargers head coaching job, that has been a disaster. And Joe Barry is part of that tree after being in the Tampa 2 system, by the way. And so maybe it's just possible that all these offenses have now figured out how to beat this defense. And what you need to do now is the stuff that Brian Flores and Steve Spagnuolo and all these heavy blitzing teams do, which is you better get after the guy and make him get the ball out quickly because they're going to dink and dunk you to death and go all the way down the field. I don't know. All I know is what they have done against mediocre offenses has given them the opportunity to win most games this year defensively. That did not happen on Sunday, and that's the type of game that leads to all this conversation that we're having at the grocery store and on the air and everywhere else.
Is there a chance he's back in 24?
What if they win the last 3 games and play really well defensively and make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of, Jason. That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, if you don't want him to be the coordinator,
well, but
you should be scared of that.
Like, how are we at that point where, as a fan, that's what you have to like? These are our choices as a fan. Like, this defense doesn't work. Like, so our choices are either root for our favorite team to make the playoffs and be a little bit ahead of schedule, which would be awesome, or root for your team to lose, so then the future might be better because Joe Barry's no longer the defensive coordinator. Like, that's why I don't want to root for people to lose their jobs, Jason, but that's why I was hoping to hear that Joe Barry was going to lose his job yesterday, because then I would just know for sure, and there would be a 0% chance he's back in 24.
Yeah, look, Tausch gives me a hard time about not being a fan, but this is the kind of stuff that being emotionally detached is great, because I never thought he was getting fired yesterday. I know other people did. Now, I said on our show that if I was Matt LaFleur, I would fire him and have an interim coach. I don't care that there's nobody with defensive coordinator experience. They could have figured it out. If you don't think he's the guy, then make the change. And obviously LaFleur, for whatever reason, was not willing to make the change. So, which is fine. That's what he chose to do. I still think they can make the playoffs, and he can still say, you know what, we got to go a different direction. Because here's the thing. If you guys, I know it's hard to remember this because so much stuff has happened since. But remember in training camp, back when Rasul Douglas was on the team, back when Jair Alexander was actually playing, they were talking about how different the defense was going to be, how they were going to be more aggressive, they were going to blitz more, how Jair was going to be able to match up with the opponent's number one receiver all the time, how they were going to play more press man coverage. I remember talking about that with Rasul Douglas this summer. And what did we see against Tampa? None of those things, right? I mean, obviously Jair didn't play, but the stat that blew my mind from Next Gen Stats, Baker Mayfield was 22 of 28 with 4 touchdowns overall. He was 20 of 23 with 3 touchdowns against zone coverage. Matt LaFleur basically brought Joe Barry back and then told him, we're not going to run the scheme that you run. We're going to run more man coverage. We're going to blitz more. We're going to be more aggressive. And what they did against Tampa in what we all agree was an enormously critical game for their playoff hopes was revert back to the old version of the Joe Barry defense, and we saw the results. Now, I don't have in front of me the percentages as I approach Saukville, how much he's blitzed this year and how much man coverage versus zone coverage he's run. But I would be willing to bet that the games in which they were better, they played man coverage more, and they at least had some semblance of added pressure. But he believes in rushing 4 and keeping everything in a shell in front of you, and whether or not that works or not is basically the difference between whether he's going to be here or not. And I still think that there will be a change coming, even if they make the playoffs. So you can put that in your little hope chest, Gabe. But again, I can't guarantee that by any stretch.
Does this fall on Murphy? Is it his responsibility after the season to get LaFleur and Goody in a room and then just essentially beat the crap out of LaFleur and just say, you got to let the guy go. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, look, I view it this way. I'm old school. You know, I'm from the Ron Wolf era, the Bob Harlan era, and I do believe that the general manager should be in charge of all the aspects of, you know, the roster and the football operation, and I believe the head coach should have control over who plays and who doesn't, and who's on his staff. Now, there are certainly instances where owners or general managers that are the direct report for the coaches, which is not the case here, will tell a head coach, hey, look, you got to make some changes on your staff, right? We've seen it. I mean, Mike McCarthy had to go through it, and he was pissed about it, but he had to go through it in Dallas last year, right? I mean, he didn't want to get rid of those guys. So, yes, that could be one way to force changes. But, again, I know it's hard to say this, especially to Gabe, but I'm not sure that their defense has been, to use Matt LaFleur's word from yesterday, crap, for that much of the season. It has been nothing close to dominant, but they have played well enough to win far more games than they haven't. And the Sunday game was obviously not in that category. And I just think Matt LaFleur, I don't know if Matt LaFleur is that, like, buddy with Joe Barry. Like, I don't think it's because they're friends. Because I think if you listen to him, like, he does throw Joe Barry under the bus more often publicly than you would think if they were really that close of friends. I just think that he doesn't want to fire people. I do think that that's part of it, and I don't think that's the worst quality in the world. But sometimes you have to do it. And I don't think yesterday was a day that he had to absolutely positively had to fire Joe Barry. But I think he has to. I think that's what he has to do to go into next season. I think he needs to find someone who's going to run the kind of aggressive defense that he wants to run. This is a fulcrum point for him in his tenure, just like Mike McCarthy had after 3 years of having Bob Sanders run his defense. And they made an NFC Championship game with Bob Sanders as their defensive coordinator, but Mike McCarthy knew that he had to make a change. And when he hired Dom Capers, for all the criticism that Dom took later in his tenure, that turned out to be a really smart move, and it was time to play defense differently. And that's what they need to do in 2024, because I think they got a chance to be really freaking good offensively. And you cannot have the defense dragging you down.
I think they're going to wait at least until they get 11 first-round draft picks on defense, because this year will be 9.
Yeah.
Because the first pick will see. So.
Well, but some of those guys are going to be graduating out. Like Darnell Savage won't be back next year. You know, some of those guys are graduating out. It's going to be tough to get to 11 first-round picks in that defense and not have it actually be good. But
they can do it.
Yeah, I just. Yeah, sure. Like, did the defense play well enough technically for them to beat the Giants, Jason? Sure. But also,
not
like,
in the most crucial moment.
And that's the point, right? Like, that to me, that's the point.
Gabe,
if they play a good team, if they play the Cowboys, if they play the 49ers, if they play the Ravens, if they play the Dolphins, if they play, things are ending poorly.
But the fact that New Orleans had 7 sacks against them on Sunday, and they had none, isn't that a huge piece of evidence to say this guy sucks?
Hey, they had 5 sacks on Sunday.
That's very true, Jason.
Zero against zero.
Yeah.
0 sacks against the worst offensive line in football.
I want to laugh, cry.
But
I don't know.
Because
go to the grocery store.
Go to the grocery store.
Because, Jason, I keep coming back to the tweet that Mike Daniels had last week. And really, since 2015, I guess my concern is, and Joe Barry does need to go, but my concern is since 2015, it's kind of all been the same things, and that's multiple head coaches in multiple defensive coordinators from 2015 to today. It's kind of been an organizational thing, and I don't know how to explain that.
I think in the NFL, it's hard to play really good defense. The league doesn't want great defenses. They want great offenses. There are a few teams with the right blend of talent and scheme and aggressive mentality that are really good defenses, right? Baltimore, San Francisco. I mean, if you hire Brian Flores and have the exact same talent, but you have that aggressive mindset, which still is going to get you burned. Chewy played in the NFL. He knows that on offense you're thinking, yeah, you want to blitz us? Fine. If we pick it up correctly, we're going to make you pay. Mm-hmm. But if you have the exact same talent, but you have a different scheme and a different coordinator, is their defense better? Yes. Is it dominant? I'm not willing to go that far. But I don't think you need to be dominant to be successful on defense in the NFL right now. That's you might have to be if you're Minnesota and you're starting, a guy that you traded for 3 days earlier, and then you're benching him and playing a different guy at quarterback because you lost Kirk Cousins. But overall, you just got to be adequate. And a lot of games this year against bad offenses, they were adequate. Against a not great offense on Sunday, they definitely weren't.
Jason, appreciate the time. What's your ETA? Are you going to swing by? We've got some power rankings, courtesy of our friend at Pine River Cheese that we're doing in the last segment with Tausch. You going to swing by, try out some of the cheese spread that we're going to have on our hands?
So my Google Maps has a red 29 minutes showing. So I'm scheduled to appear at the Avenue at 8:10. So yes. Barring further traffic delays, and I would defer to Debbie Lazaga on that. But I hopefully I will be there while your show is still going on.
All right. Well, swing by for the last segment, and you can help us power rank some of these cheese spreads from Pine River.
Well, now that I've blown up your clock, I'd be happy to help further mess up the timing of your show.
All right. Excellent. Look forward to seeing you, Jason.
All right, fellas. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. There were a lot of things I did want to get to him since he was present for that press conference. We'll kind of react to some of those things Jason said. Coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have an accident coming out of the Marquette interchange onto westbound 94 off on the left shoulder. So something to keep in mind through there. We also have delays on southbound 43, basically from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. Then we've also got eastbound 94 heading right past 84th Street, another heavy spot right there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 36. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 29. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack bottles, Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $7. 20 to 31.6 ounce Selected Varieties Brew Pub Pizza, $5.99. Selected Varieties Prairie Farms Gallon White Milk, $3.99. 64 ounce Selected Varieties Mott's Apple Juice, $2.99.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week. Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
Hey, this is Gary Ellison for my good friends at the Jewelry Center. It's the only place I go when I'm looking to get some new jewelry. Dean and his team are always friendly and know just what I'm searching for when I stop by. I may not always know what type of jewelry I want, but the professionals there sure do. Plus, if I need repairs on watches or other jewelry, the Jewelry Center does that too. Find the Jewelry Center in Burlington, Brookfield, and Greenfield, or shop their entire collection online, including their popular Lightbox lab-grown diamonds at shoptjc.com.
the president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As the end of 2023 approaches, I'm grateful for the entire James Imaging Systems team. So thank you for your steadfast commitment and incredible work ethic to help our clients turn challenges into opportunities. Opportunities that help them succeed. I also extend my gratitude to our clients for the trust and confidence you've placed in James Imaging Systems as your local business technology partner. It's an honor to play a small part in helping you grow and plan for a better, more rewarding 2024. Finally, as we spend time with others during this holiday season, I believe that if we display the positive energy of gratitude, we'll provide our community with a foundation of grace on which to build a brighter and successful future. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. If you're in the market for a full-size 8-passenger SUV, look no further than the Defender 130. And with the Defender 90, the 110, and this 130, there's luxury in the right size for everyone. And now is the best time to take advantage of a great offer like this.
For a limited time, get 3.9% special APR rate for up to 60 months on new 2023 Defenders at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So you mentioned Super Bowls and parties and how they don't go hand in hand, which again is an absurd comment by you two, but it's just one of many on the show.
Dumber thing that Chewy has said this morning. Super Bowls and parties don't go hand in hand, or cheddar is not a top 10 cheese.
On 94.5 ESPN.
In fairness, Chewy has recovered from that cheese take.
From the what?
The cheese take.
What was a cheese take?
That cheddar was not a top 10 cheese.
Yeah, you're right. I made a mistake. It's honest, communication. Me and Joe Barry, it was all communication.
Chewy has recovered. Pine River Cheese is going to be back with us. We're going to do some power ranking, not just of NFL teams in our second hour today, but we've got Pine River Cheese. Tausch is going to be joining us to help us power rank the best cheeses that they have to offer. And do we have permission to, release this? I don't know if they want to release it, but when they were here with us last, Joshy, I was asking questions about, the best cracker and the best vessel for some of these cheese spreads. And they gave us a cracker/vessel pairing guide to give you the two best, recommendations that they have to enhance the cheese the most. Are we allowed to release this?
I believe
is this top secret information?
No, that is free for all of the loyal Jen, Gabe, and Chewy listeners to also use as well. So maybe when we're discussing the cheeses that we're going to eventually power rank, we can say these are the recommended choices. Because some of them I would have never thought of, but make a whole lot of sense.
Yes. Yeah, so for that, just for example, because I know you're going to want to try this one, Chew. I don't even know what Crunchmaster cracker is.
Me either.
But it is the top rated for the horseradish.
There's animal crackers on here.
Yeah.
I used to love the little box.
Yeah.
With the circus on it. Oh,
now they do that
best.
giant jug of them.
Yeah.
Do they really?
It's like a bear shape.
And then
or
there's
something.
a celery.
Yeah. For the veggie one. Yeah, they've got a lot of great recommendations. We'll get to those recommendations coming up later when we do that for our friends at Pine River. But I did not think I could feel worse after the typical kind of flow of the week for me as a fan after the Packers lose a game the way they did on Sunday. I feel the worst during postgame, during Green Bay game night, and then you start rebounding, you start feeling better as the week goes along, you start getting excited for the next game. I feel like I have actively started to feel worse about the Packers after Matt LaFleur's press conference yesterday and after hearing from Jason Woodley.
I'm with Jason, though. He said that he didn't think he'd be fired yesterday, nor do I believe he should have been. Because Jason would, as Jason said, if he was Matt LaFleur, he would have fired him yesterday. But I am with Jason. I'm in his camp of I think he will. See, it would be so LaFleur to hire another defensive coordinator and say, we're going to make Joe Barry the linebacker coach, regardless.
No, you just got to clean house, man.
Isn't that something LaFleur would do?
And we talked about that yesterday with Rob Demovsky when Mo Drayton was the special teams coach. Yes. And it took him forever to fire Mo because he wanted to try to find a way to keep him on the staff.
Yeah.
And, to this, Michael, texted in 800-990-3776. Maybe he just doesn't want to fire him the week before Christmas, which I'd like just to dismiss, but at the same time, if LaFleur's struggling with firing people, I'm guessing he would factor that in.
To be a head coach, don't you have to be a little bit of a Richard?
Yes.
100%.
LaFleur's not a Richard at all.
So
he's not a Richard at all.
I think everybody's got a little Richard in him.
Oh, I got a lot.
Some more than others.
Yes.
And when it comes out with LaFleur, and we've seen it not very often, but sometimes it comes out. Like when he throws Joe Barry out of the bunch. Yes.
If he was a dog, he'd be like a yippy little bird. You know the word I used before that I got in trouble. Am I right? I mean, he's not a Doberman. Like Holmgren was
Beethoven.
A Rottweiler.
He was just big old Beethoven.
No, he was mean. Sybil, we called him Sybil.
Yeah.
You know who Sybil is?
Yes.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah, I get you.
What do you think he was? Holmgren? He was a German Shepherd or
Saint Bernard.
Yeah, he's big old Saint Bernard.
No, Saint Bernards aren't mean.
Have you seen one mad?
No.
It's not good looking.
I ain't delivering papers if that's what you're asking for.
I'm
What's LaFleur? What kind of dog? Like Gabe is like Gabe is a the yellow one. He's a
golden retriever?
Yes, very loyal, very good. Pet it. You can yell at it.
You can yell at it.
Joshy. Jen's. I'm not going there. I mean, what's a big dumb dog? Give me a dumb dog.
Oh, boy.
I mean, golden retrievers get used in this a lot, even though they're pretty smart dogs, but they're just kind of happy-go-lucky's not you.
I'd be a chocolate lab. They said labs are the dumbest of all the labs.
Yeah, they're pretty dumb.
Yeah, but you're happy.
Yeah. Ashton would be like, what's the one fancy dogs you see at the
at the dog show?
You know what I mean? Big old mop.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Turns out we probably don't know enough about dog breeds to jump into the conversation the way we did. We will continue to talk about Joe Barry because that's certainly a topic of conversation. But Joshy had a little bit of an issue this morning. And look, I mean, he's here. He can see. But we'll dive into Joshy's issue and ask a question off of that. Coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Are you ready to upgrade your concrete surfaces in your home? Let me tell you about Showtime Floors and Floor Shield. It's used by military bases, airports, businesses, and of course, residential homes too. It is designed to beautify and protect your concrete surfaces. What does that mean? It means if you're pulling into your garage or pulling out of your garage and the headlights hit cracks, uneven surfaces, problems, Showtime Floors is the answer. You can enjoy a 15-year warranty against wear and find offers of up to $300 off, plus mention ESPN for 10% off on their website. What is it? ShowtimeFloors.com. ShowtimeFloors.com. ShowtimeFloors.com to beautify and protect your concrete surfaces.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
We're about to tell you what we've chosen to be the 2023 Wow Collection at Kessler's.
And all I can say is wow.
$898 buys her a pair of exotic inside-out diamond hoop earrings. 1 carat total weight of newborn created diamonds.
Inside out diamond hoops. Wow.
Another $898 buys her a tennis bracelet that will circle her wrist with glittering diamonds.
If you want that 1 carat tennis bracelet but with natural diamonds, it's just $15.98. Wow.
A 1/4 carat diamond cluster pendant dripping with natural diamonds, just $598.
We believe these are the lowest diamond prices we'll see in our lifetime.
4 carats total weight.
Did you say 4 carats?
I did indeed.
It's a wow engagement ring with 2 wedding bands that will fill any room with hot points of light like a disco ball.
4 carats total weight, just $3,998.
Wow.
Find the Kessler's nearest you
and see our extended holiday hours
at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Want even more fantasy action? Boom!
Here's Pick 6, a brand new fantasy app from DraftKings, a leader in daily fantasy sports. New customers get up to $50 back in Pick 6 credits if your first pick set loses. Getting started is simple. Select a player and choose if he's going to have more or less of a stat. Track your lineup and compete against others for a shot at huge cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and get started with code WKTI. New customers can get up to $50 back in the Pick 6 credit, even if your first pick loses. Only on DraftKings Pick 6 with code WKTI. The crown is yours.
One offer per first-time DraftKings product customer. First qualifying pick set winnings, last entry fees must generate negative number. Max reward up to $50 equal to amount of negative number. Issued with non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits, valid for Pick 6 use only. Expire after 1 year. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus. Valid only where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy
bueno.
Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Joshy, you had some issues this morning, huh, bud? And it can be tough when you're living with, you're doing the show, live with your significant other in an apartment because you're trying to be quiet, you're trying to keep lights off, you don't want to wake anybody up, but you lost something that you kind of need.
Are you adjusted?
Meaning?
Have you adjusted to the
living with
time you got to get up?
Oh, yeah, fully. Yeah, I'm sleeping by 8:30 at the latest.
Wasn't he about an hour late last week? That's not fully adjusted.
Well, I mean, that's just oversleeping, which is a thing I'll do again in a year from now.
Yeah, like if my alarm didn't go off, I'm not waking up at 5:15.
Yeah.
You guys are just got to get on my program.
What?
You don't need an alarm clock.
Yeah, because you're waking up all the time. You famously have said you need 10 hours to get 6 hours of sleep. You're getting up all the time.
It's because I'm old. You shouldn't need an alarm clock. Huh? All right, go ahead. What happened? What happened today?
I'm a glasses wearer, famously, have been for quite a long time. I often, when I'm at home, I take my glasses off unless I'm watching something on TV because I'm oftentimes reading a book or looking at my phone, which is unnecessary because I have trouble seeing far away from me. Now, my glasses, because they can be taken off anywhere, can end up a variety of places. Sometimes they are in the bathroom where I take them off before I shower. Sometimes they're just on the coffee table where I was sitting where I took them off. Sometimes they're on my nightstand. This morning, they were in none of those places. And I had to use the old flashlight method in the bedroom, which I have somebody sleeping in there because they don't wake up at 4 a.m. like I do. I had all the kitchen lights on, the living room lights on, nowhere to be found. I started digging in the couch. Hear a little crunch. I stepped on my glasses that somehow ended up under the couch.
Oh.
No idea how they got there, why they're there. I thought I put them on the coffee table. Who knows what happened? But a half hour of my morning was
that
spent.
blamey?
Am I blaming?
That sounded a little blamey. That sounded blamey.
That's not what it was meant to sound like.
Okay, keep going.
There's a variety of
I
reasons.
know what happened. I could tell you what happened.
What happened?
You fell asleep. You were dozing in and out. You took your glasses off. You thought you put them on the coffee table, but you actually put them underneath the couch.
I did not doze off on the couch.
All right, keep going.
So basically, this morning I spent 30 minutes looking for my glasses and then repairing my glasses because I had stepped on them, bent the frame, popped out a lens, and I was standing there thinking I might just have to go because at a certain point, if it turns to like 5:15, I just have to be here.
Yeah.
So I have prescription sunglasses, and I was like, well, maybe I'm just going to wear sunglasses to work today because I'll be able to see, but it'll be dark everywhere.
See,
I would have loved if you just showed up in your shades today.
That would have been cool. My takeaway is he wants to blame the girlfriend.
No,
because I live with a blamer.
So you're picking up. You're picking up.
Yes, I get the smell.
You're getting a whiff of blame.
So it's not that you stepped on the glasses or the sunglasses. It's how did they get there?
There is a non-zero chance that I put them on the couch cushion next to me as I was reading, and then they fell off the couch and onto the floor. I don't know if that happened. I don't remember that happening. None of that can be confirmed as
That's
happening.
total blamey.
So what you're saying is he'd like to blame.
Yes, he wants to blame his girlfriend.
But this is a public forum. He realizes that's going to be bad for him, so he doesn't want to actually blame.
The important thing here is I need to figure out where my backup glasses are because I do have some. No idea where they are at the moment because I would have I searched for so long. Had I known where my backup glasses were, I would have just left the house in my old glasses and been like, whatever, I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out when I get home. But when it comes to essential things, my glasses I don't have contacts. There's nothing more important to me. And they seem to be the thing I misplaced the most, which is not really where I should be at.
Why don't you get a chain? You know how the older ladies have them draped around their neck?
I feel like a librarian's chain, yeah.
But that wouldn't do me good because I have to take them off to go to sleep.
Yeah, but then they're on the nightstand.
That'd be a cool look that no one really has.
Chew, what do you misplace the most?
Well, the fact that I have reading glasses pretty much everywhere around the house. What do I misplace the most?
Like, I used to have...
My phone.
Fair.
Like... It's not my responsibility anymore because of all my issues that if I go to a restaurant, if I go to like the Dousman house the other day, it is not my responsibility to grab my phone and grab my wallet. It's not. It isn't. No, that has been delegated.
Somebody else has to grab your phone and wallet?
So if it's Ange has got to check. If it's the kids, they have to check. The kids also have to check if Angie is not there, did I take the credit card out of the sleeve when paying the bill? That is no longer my responsibility.
I do that a lot. At bars, I leave my credit card inside that little envelope.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not mine.
I rarely ever just leave it behind because I had too much. I often sign my tab and then just leave it in there and say, all right.
So Angie no longer yells at me for that. She yells at the kids.
Oh,
because
that's good for you.
Yeah.
Man, he's got... I mean, what do you get blamed for now? Because again, Josh and I are your protective bubble here.
Yes.
Where you don't get in anything trouble at work.
Mm-hmm.
And now your kids and your wife are the protective bubble anytime you go out.
Correct.
So like anytime you get, the only thing you yelled at anymore is when you order too much stuff on Amazon?
No, there's a lot of things I still get yelled at. It's just, one of the obvious ones.
I see why she calls you NFL boy now, because your life has been made for everyone else to take care of you.
It doesn't carry over to you, all right? She's the only one that gets to call me that. We are not having this station here calling me NFL boy, all right? I'll let you know when we get to that point. We're not there yet. But yes, there is an element of... And then the trade-off is she's body shop girl. Because sometimes her mouth sounds like she's still back at the body shop. I'm like,
sounds like she's back there.
There's kids around.
Is there times where she's body shop girl as she's yelling at you for being NFL boy?
Yes, there are times. Yes, sure. Absolutely. How'd we get here?
Well, I lost my glasses and we were talking about when you lose the most, and we figured out you basically don't lose things because everyone else is responsible for them.
Which is fair.
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, you've set that expectation, so now it is, yes. I would say it is fair based on those are the expectations that are set.
What are you most likely to lose, Gabe? You seem like a person who's got a spot for your keys, a spot for your wallet.
Well,
phones are hard to lose.
Yeah, phones, because the phone's, typically like always with you, right? Like you always have it. Like, I get home and like my wallet and keys. During the winter, a lot of times they stay in the coat pocket. If I'm wearing a coat, you just hang it up, and because what do I need my wallet and keys for unless I'm going somewhere? Or I throw them on the table. Like I probably take off, like I've got my watch from the jewelry center that I like to wear. I take that off in some really weird spots. And there are times where I walk out the door and I forget, because usually, typically, okay, you put it with the wallet and keys. There are times where I'm just walking around and, like, for whatever reason, I take it off in the kitchen. I don't know why. And it's just sitting on the kitchen
have a
counter.
spot? Like, I have a designated spot in the kitchen that's just for me. It's like on the very edge of the kitchen. It's a small little, it's where you put, my phone charger's there. All my supplements are there. Like there's a container for like bills and letters and things like that. That's known as my spot.
Is the kitchen one of the first spots you're hitting when you walk into the house from the garage?
No, because I have a key. I have a nail in the garage where I hang my keys up, so I always know where they're at. But wallet, phone, everything goes right there.
When you walk into your house from the garage, is the kitchen like the first room that you hit?
There's a mud room and then a hallway and then the kitchen.
Then the kitchen, yeah. So, I mean, I'm always going in through the front door.
Yeah.
Of the apartment, live in a duplex, right? So the kitchen's like the furthest thing away.
So the stuff isn't there. We got problems. No, we have problems. Like I'll have no idea where my phone is. And I really don't care.
Yeah, so that's the difference. Like most people would care. Yeah. And my wife constantly around the house, she has an Apple Watch. Like she'll leave it in one room and like walk into the other room and she just like hits it. Like and she's trying to find her phone.
Like I lose my truck all the time.
I'm like, see, it's right by me. Wait, excuse me, what?
Well, like there's 3 floors that you can park on. I leave here, I have no idea. So then you just set the alarm off.
That's fair though. I feel that's fair because there have been days where you walk out and you think, I parked here, but that was where you parked yesterday, and instead of going to the I understand that.
Okay,
I understand that for you. We will get back to Joe Barry, Matt LaFleur in 2 minutes here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have some backups along 94 eastbound, right about at 84th Street through the stadium. The westbound side slowing down from about 20th Street through the stadium interchange as well. Southbound 43 backing up from Silver Spring all the way down to Keefe, with the northbound side slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe as well. We've also got some delays 4394 northbound right around the Plainfield curve, starts to slow down all the way up to the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today partly cloudy, a high of 36. Tonight partly cloudy with a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including a long-standing commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to technology to reducing the risk of fraud, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. For most men, there's nothing we want more than to stay young, fit, and active, which is why our New Year's resolutions usually include some form of getting in shape. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown are here to help you reach those goals. Testosterone optimization helps with muscle mass and tone, as well as weight management and having the energy and endurance to get in the gym. Forward Healthy Lifestyles also offers weight loss programs like semaglutide to help combat those endless holiday temptations. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I kind of miss the paper. Can you still get papers?
To me, the most amazing thing about the news is that whatever goes on in the world, it exactly fits the number of pages that they're using in the paper that day.
Like the paper.
Yeah.
Like the Journal Sentinel.
Yeah.
Can you still buy that?
Of course you can.
Where?
Gas stations? Everywhere.
I mean, I don't know. They must stand around after each edition going, I don't believe we just made it again.
Nobody reads a newspaper anymore, Gabe. You're looking at me crazy.
If one more thing happens, we're screwed. There's no more room in newspaper.
2% of the people probably read a newspaper.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
I'm continuing to feel bad about the Green Bay Packers. Usually the process is we're Tuesday, you're starting to feel a little bit better, we're having a little bit of fun, talking about losing things, talking about Chewy being at the grocery store, having a little more fun, starting to get ready for the Panthers game.
Did you just burp into the mic?
It wasn't in the mic, I was a foot away. Stop being so noise sensitive.
That's my job.
Let me get something straight. So when you try to talk into the microphone, you can't turn it on. But when you're belching...
It was more of a gurgle.
Either way, it shouldn't be in a microphone.
Get yelled at from my phone, get yelled at. If I held that in, then it's going to be a problem because it's going to come out somewhere else.
You have a cough button.
Yeah. Or it was a fart. It was a long walk.
You have an on-off switch. you got a lot of options.
That's why I backed away. Stop making my microphone so sensitive.
Yeah, Josh.
Gabe, this season is a success unless they bring Joe Barry back.
Yeah.
They're not bringing him back. You need.
I hope not.
They're not bringing
I think you're ultimately right. But like the little percent that exists that he could come back is terrifying. Meanwhile, we have this. Tweeted about a half hour ago.
The mutiny has begun.
This from Devondre Campbell at came_along_way. It's his Twitter account. Not going out of my way anymore, and I'm not playing through injuries anymore because when bleep goes wrong, they always use it against you. I'm treating everyone accordingly and giving them the same energy they give me. Focus on yourself and your mental 59. You owe it to yourself. Handshake emoji.
The mutiny has begun. I told you that the Jair thing would be contagious. And he's probably, your Mike linebacker is typically your communication guy.
I think that's been
with
Quay,
Joe
though.
Barry.
I think that's been Quay this year because Devondre's missed some games.
But you see how it's just starting to fall apart. You have your starting middle linebacker putting out a tweet like that. In a million years, under, what'd we call him? The Rottweiler Holmgren? I wouldn't even think, and everyone on the team would never, ever think of sending out a tweet like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's on a scale of 1 to 10, that's bad. Do you smell a mutiny?
I'd say Devondre is probably closer to Jair just in temperament than, say, like a Kenny Clark. So for him to react this way doesn't feel like it's spurred by anything. That's kind of his personality.
It's spurred by what LaFleur said.
Yeah, of course, but I think he's very outspoken himself. Now this is you don't want to see this at all.
But he's getting called into the office, right? Didn't we think that Jair with his mouth got called into the office early in the season, was told to tone it down a little bit?
He confirmed that.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was last year, wasn't it?
No, that was earlier this year.
That was
still
earlier
early.
this year.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like it was
He
forever
got said
ago.
if I say anything, I'll get in trouble.
Oh, yeah,
again.
that's right.
Yeah.
But that's bad because I'm sure players read other players' Twitter account. Right?
Oh, man. This is
now
bad.
you can be nervous.
This is bad.
No, that's not good. It's not good when you have players saying, I'm not playing unless I'm 100%.
How would you react to this as a teammate, Chew? You wake up this morning, and today's the off day. Maybe you're going to the building for a workout. Maybe now you don't have practice or whatever. But you find out that one of your teammates says, I'm not going out of my way anymore, not playing through injuries anymore, because when bleep goes wrong, they always use it against you. Who's they?
What happens?
Who's they, by the way? Is this the fans? Is this the coaching staff?
It's
I think it's the staff.
The staff. But what my guess will happen, because he'll get reprimanded and he'll be pretty bent, and there'll be probably elevated voices in the room. I think you're probably going to see 4 or 5 leaders of the defense go up to LaFleur and say, this guy's got to go, man. And LaFleur might not want to hear it. I don't know. But I can tell you this. I'll tell you this, Gabe.
Well, so
I'll tell you this. The players will band together.
So is the unintended consequence of stepping up and defending Joe Barry yesterday the way he did by Matt LaFleur, is that then, in fact, then blaming the players, and that's how the players are taking it?
Yes. Yes, 100%. And all LaFleur was doing is try to put out the fire that I'm not firing him today. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And that's why he went so hard to the hoop, because he hears the noise.
Yeah.
He hears the noise of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously when you talk about communication, the communication is unacceptable. And I don't know, but I've always known that whoever the Mike linebacker is calls the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think that guy's been, at least the relay guy has been Quay. Just because Devondre's missed a couple of games this year, and you have the two inside, and Quay's been out there.
Yeah.
But Quay's missed some time, too, so maybe it got flipped back. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
This is that's not good. Not good. And I would think that's what happens. That you're going to, because I'm telling you, the players, they stick together. They're not splintering.
Oh, sure.
And the defense is not young like the offense is, because if this was the offense, you'd have players like, Musgrave are like, I don't really want to be a part of this. When you've been around long enough, you're like,
yeah,
this isn't good.
I mean, this is the first thing I did. I guess I pulled up his contract. I mean, it's not great, but you'd have to eat $11.6 million.
All right, hold on. Let's place a bet.
Okay.
How long before it's taken down? I'm saying 20 minutes.
I mean, it's already been up there for 35.
Yeah.
Has it? What time is it?
It is 8:15. Do you think by the end of the show the tweet is still going to be up?
No.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
I think they got bigger problems on that defense right now.
So it won't be taken.
Well, because can he get called? Are they going to call him in today? Like today's the off day.
Yeah. My guess is some minion in the building who's responsible for looking at all the players' tweets said, I think Matt needs to see this.
Well, I'm sure Matt's already seen it.
This isn't good, man.
Yikes. Well, I mean, if you're someone who is hoping maybe the Packers would make the playoffs, I think this makes it tougher. Like the fact that you have a player feeling so strongly about something that he's decided to tweet it out. Again, Devondre Campbell tweeting 35 minutes ago, not going out of my way anymore, not playing through injuries anymore, because when bleep goes wrong, they always use it against you. I'm treating everyone accordingly, giving them the same energy they giving me. Focus on yourself and your mental 59. You owe it to yourself.
That is a directly
handshake
because
emoji.
Of what LaFleur said. Yes.
Oh, man. Well, Jason's going to be with us, so I guess we're going to have to really do a balancing act in the final segment of the show because our friends from Pine River Cheese, I don't know how many different cheeses we have, but we're going to be doing some taste testing. We're going to be doing some power ranking of those cheeses with Wilde and Tausch. And as we're doing some of those taste testing, I think we're going to have to sprinkle in some Packers questions because, again, this is a bad one. This is not good.
No.
Coming from Devondre Campbell. We'll see how good the people over at ESPN think the Packers are as we dive into some NFL power rankings coming up next.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
Slowing down a bit, southbound 43 from Green Tree all the way down to about Burleigh. The northbound side slowing down around the North Avenue curve up to Keefe. Eastbound 94, some pockets of heavy traffic in Waukesha, right coming out of the Gerke's Corners area, heading towards Moreland. Then we've also got eastbound from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange as well. Traffic is brought to you by Land Rover. Check out the new full-size 2023 Defender 130 with seating for up to 8 passengers. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy with a high of 36. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 29. Weather is brought to you by Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield, the first professional level indoor facility in the Milwaukee area. Opening spring of 2024 at the Ruby Isle Shopping Center. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
If you're looking for something to do, can I please suggest going over to Potawatomi Casino Hotel? In the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there's an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel. A table waiting for you, 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games, or 3,000 slot machines. Plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting, and so much more. I know I tell you guys this all the time, but if you're looking for a night out, I swear, I have the best times with my girlfriends, with my husband, whoever it is, at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Light up your senses. Explore more at paysbig.com, paysbig.com.
For kids at the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift to the Salvation Army, a full meal is provided to a child, which leads to a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities. Donate to the Salvation Army today, and you'll show local kids love beyond hunger at samilwaukee.org. That's samilwaukee.org.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack bottles, Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $7. 20 to 31.6 ounce Selected Varieties Brew Pub Pizza, $5.99. Selected Varieties Prairie Farms Gallon White Milk, $3.99. 64-ounce Selected Varieties Mott's Apple Juice, $2.99.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week. Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
Q Club of Wisconsin is your hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
Gary, we have so much going on. We're still the place to be on game days to catch the green and gold. Book a holiday party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Plus, we got great live music every Saturday night. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where you know we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out qclubofwisconsin.com.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
Ian Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting. The Broncos the last 2 weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN.
That's still up, Chew. The tweet from Devontre Campbell has yet to be taken down. Jason Wilde has arrived here at the One Call That's All Groomer Lawson Studios, but he can't get in. I think we got to figure out a way to get Jason in so he's just not awkwardly sitting here.
Open for the door.
Yeah. Before you do that, can you hit the open for Power Rankings?
We're timing you. 1.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You catch the game last night?
Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
Power Rankings are brought to you by Salvation Army. Every day, the Salvation Army provides shelter, meals, and support to those in need. Your donations make a difference. Visit samilwaukee.org to help today.
You're back already?
I ran into Ashy. He's grabbing Jason.
Beautiful.
I see. I would have said yeah. That would have been
I'm honest,
good hustle. Okay, let's start where we always do. The pack. We're at 14 last week. Where are they today?
19th.
20th.
21.
Oh.
Now that's fair. That's
fair. That's fair.
You know why? Because the 2 jump last week down was not penal enough. I think this is a kind of a combination.
Well, I think they were giving the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, you had a clunker, everybody has them. You bounce back, you beat Tampa Bay. You're still back in this. You're fine. But you lose that second game in a row, that's when the bottom falls out, right?
Yes, that's...
You don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore.
No. All right, let's jump into it. Give me number 10.
I've got Jacksonville at 10.
Jashy?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Joshy is on the board with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Those were the two I was kind of bouncing between.
Who did they just beat?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Are they still alive for playoffs?
They're right now the 6th seed in the AFC.
Oh, they really doesn't matter, though. They're not going anywhere.
Correct.
9.
Cleveland.
I'm at Cleveland as well.
All right. You're both correct with Cleveland. How far can they go in the playoffs?
Wild card.
Can they win a game?
They might be able to. So right now they're the 5 seed. And if they beat Jacksonville or Indy or Houston, whoever ends up winning the South, I don't think that would be that far-fetched.
No.
So I think they can win a game.
Joe Flacco has a better season in 3 games than Deshaun Watson had.
But if Deshaun was good,
they'd be really good.
Oh, yeah,
would
they'd
they
be
be
fantastic.
a Super Bowl team
Yes.
or no? They
Yes.
would be?
That roster's that good.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Their
They have
defenses.
they have a roster. I mean, they would to me, outside of quarterback, they probably have the second best roster behind San Francisco.
Come on. Wow. Okay. 8.
Is this the Bills?
So okay, I the next 3 I kind of debated where they kind of all fall. I think the Eagles fell this far. I'm going to say the Eagles.
Josh, he's running away with it. AO Buffalo. How do we feel about AO? After they went, because they kind of went into a San Francisco slump there, but now they beat 2 pretty good teams.
Yeah, and they whooped up on the
Dallas
Cowboys.
and beat the Chiefs the previous week. So are we back to they can win a Super Bowl?
The AFC does seem... If they become a wild card team, I would not be shocked if they represented the AFC in the Super Bowl. If they become a wild card team.
Come on. Serious?
Yeah. I think the AFC is pretty wide open right now. I think we've seen Kansas City's flaws. We saw my Miami can't beat anybody good. I mean, Baltimore, for whatever reason, people just refuse to believe in them.
Yeah.
It just feels like the AFC is pretty wide open. And if I were taking... I think they're one of the 3 teams I would take that I think can represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Coming in from the wild card.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Good call. 7.
Jags.
I've got the Eagles here.
The Kansas City Chiefs are number 7. They're on a little bit of a free fall here.
They bounced back last week, though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's kind of their window's closing. I don't think it's a San Francisco thing. Hold on.
Every team,
Gabe,
you've declared the Buffalo Bills dead no less than 12 times this year. And now you're like, oh, maybe they're okay.
There's a difference between dead and window closing.
This guy.
Chiefs just don't look dominant. And it's all because of Taylor Swift.
But if the Chiefs... Oh,
it's all
okay.
Taylor Swift.
I always forget about the Taylor Swift
calling
excuse
the
with you.
Patriots a good win?
I'm not saying it was a good win.
Joke. They won. That's
I said they bounced back. If the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, you're going to be shocked?
I'm not going to go there.
He's got to leave the door open so we can say he actually talked about it all
I just don't think they are great.
I don't know if anybody's great other than one team.
Yeah.
Okay, 6.
Man, the Chiefs went there. So 6 has got to be Eagles.
Is this Eagles or is this Lions? Let's go Eagles.
Trust your gut, Joshy. It's Detroit.
What?
Detroit.
How are we not... How are the Eagles not getting penalized? Haven't they lost 3 games in a row?
Sure have.
Yeah,
but they learned from the Niners. They did too, and they started to drop them and figured that was a bad idea.
Who Detroit work this weekend to get back? Now that's back on track. The Chiefs are not back on track. They won, and that's it. Detroit destroyed.
You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying they bounced back. But wouldn't you have Detroit ahead of the Eagles? Detroit worked. Yeah, I forget.
Now, if you want to call a San Francisco-esque comeback, it's Detroit. It's not the Chiefs. Yeah, and the Broncos were playing good football.
Yeah, but maybe they just stunk.
Well, they do stink.
Yeah.
All right,
I can't believe the Cowboys really didn't get that penalized for getting their doors blown off.
I switched my answer.
5.
5's Eagles.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think San Francisco is good. Philadelphia.
I will be surprised if anybody but San Francisco, barring injury, anybody but San Francisco is representing the NFC.
I'd be surprised if they don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
At this point. That's how good they are.
Let's not sleep on Baltimore.
That's fair.
I've seen Lamar Jackson play in the playoffs, and until he beats those allegations, he's not good in the playoffs.
All right, 4.
Cowboys.
You guys are too cocky with your answers. That's all I'm saying right now, okay?
Well,
because you are, like, horrible right now.
But when
Miami Dolphins are 4.
What the bleep is going on?
They just won without Tyreek Hill.
The Cowboys got their doors blown off.
Blown off.
You're telling
projecting.
me
This is projecting.
You're telling me the Cowboys are a top 3 team in the league right now?
They don't play well on the road, so as long as they play at home, they're fine.
They're gonna what?
And they're going to win the East.
I guess the Eagles losing last night really helped them out, but
I said they might win the East.
Holy bleep.
3.
Then it's the Cowboys, and then it's Baltimore, and then it's the Niners.
Correct.
3.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys.
Jacksonville. No, it's Dallas. But Dallas is better than. Where's Philly? There's
Philly
no
was 5.
Oh, okay.
What in the?
Well, I'm excited about the cheese. Okay, I want to see how hot this ghost pepper spread is. I think it's going to be hot.
Yeah, that's generally.
And you're going to be. Thank God he burped.
No.
Earlier.
I will never be happy.
All right, gap it. Let's go. Get off my page there. San Francisco.
Gap.
To Baltimore.
Baltimore's the leader of the next gap.
Small gap.
No. It's
big gap?
Decent gap.
It's a decent gap.
You guys are wrong.
Have you watched San Francisco play?
San Fran, gap. Baltimore, Dallas, Miami, Philly, Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo, Cleveland.
There. Between Buffalo and Cleveland.
So just really?
Yeah. I think there's San Francisco, and then there's like 5 or 6 other teams, and those are about the only teams I think can win a Super Bowl.
So as it plays out right now, are the Packers in the playoffs?
No. They are the 11th seed.
Are they really?
Yeah, they fell.
So they essentially have to win out. Because
Yes.
last night's game did not help them.
Last night's game did not help them. So right now there are 3 teams at 7-7, and then the Packers and Falcons are at 6-8.
Okay.
Jason, you want to jump in here and talk about Devondre Campbell's tweet?
Yeah, but let's break first.
Okay. Jason's now producing the program. Thank you, Jason. We'll talk with Jason Wilde for a second time today, coming up next.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Looks like we got an accident now, 894 southbound at Beloit Road, off on the right shoulder, so heads up with that. And we've also got some delays eastbound 94 coming in from 76th Street through the stadium, southbound 43 from about Silver Spring all the way down to about Burleigh. The northbound side slowing down coming out of the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keefe. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy with a high of 36. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play Whistling Straits and other Pro Tour courses, whatever the weather is, in one of their 12 state-of-the-art simulators.
In the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there's an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where there's a table waiting for you at 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting, and more. Are you ready to spark something new? Light up your senses at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and you gotta love finding change in the junk drawer, or even better, a 20 in your laundry or pants pocket, right? But the best source of extra cash may be in the walls of your home. All right, wait. Now, put down the sledgehammer and tap into the value of your house by setting up a home equity line of credit and experience a state of tranquility, knowing funds are there when you need them. Get started at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Come to Fiserv Forum to see the resurgent Wisconsin Badgers on December 28th and 29th in the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. See how Coach Hastings has rebuilt the Badgers into a national power. Get your tickets now to see the Badgers battle the Air Force Falcons in primetime on day one. The excitement continues with perennial power and three-time national champion Minnesota Duluth playing the Northeastern Huskies in the other semifinal. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day two. Get your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
The big guy needs some help this holiday season, so of course he's going to the Corners of Brookfield, just like you. Find something for everyone at the Corners. The 30-plus retailers and restaurants are sure to check off every wish on your lists, and the Corners has 15-minute parking for a quick in and out. But if there's a gift only Santa can deliver, head to the Market Square for a special North Pole mailbox. Letters are accepted until December 22nd. This season, the perfect gift is right around the Corners. Visit thecornersofbrookfield.com for more.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As the end of 2023 approaches, I'm grateful for the entire James Imaging Systems team. So thank you for your steadfast commitment and incredible work ethic to help our clients turn challenges into opportunities. Opportunities that help them succeed. I also extend my gratitude to our clients for the trust and confidence you've placed in James Imaging Systems as your local business technology partner. It's an honor to play a small part in helping you grow and plan for a better, more rewarding 2024. Finally, as we spend time with others during this holiday season, I believe that if we display the positive energy of gratitude, we'll provide our community with a foundation of grace on which to build a brighter and successful future. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like, I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? Let's figure this out.
I'm calling him old catapult leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I wish it was going to be all right. I wish I could listen to Huey here and just take that to heart. But
not so much.
It's not great. Jason Willie Reed joins us. What's up?
Is it some sort of special Huey Lewis day?
We do it every Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
Do you like Huey?
Love Huey Lewis.
I do too. I think he's awesome.
Great cameo in Back to the Future. I'm afraid you're just too gosh darn loud. Love Huey Lewis in the News.
Yeah,
One of my favorite bands growing up.
We think he's underrated, and so we play him every Tuesday. It's
Thank
Tuesday.
you for your service.
No, we're not thanking Devondre Campbell for his service. And maybe if we did, he'd play injured, Jason. For those missed it, about an hour ago now, Devondre Campbell tweeting out, "Not going out of my way anymore, and I'm not playing through injuries anymore, because when bleep goes wrong, they always use it against you. I'm treating everyone accordingly and giving them the same energy they're giving me. Focus on yourself and your mental 59. You owe it to yourself," with a handshake emoji. Is he handshaking himself?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Is this benchable, Jason? Because we saw that White for Tampa Bay was a coach's scratch.
Yeah, he was a healthy scratch.
And then, do you know why that was?
Because he's disgruntled.
Okay,
he didn't get an extension. He had kind of the sketchy knee injury that was causing him to miss time. Kind of the same type of issue that some of us are considering are going on with other players in Green Bay. What's amazing to me is that this tweet and the Jair saga, the way that's been, and again, I don't know about Jair's handling of it, but I can say that Matt LaFleur has allowed his frustration to come out, which has led to the public questioning of the veracity of the injury. You know, that LaFleur got another question yesterday about it. how LaFleur handled going to London a year ago. I just saw Tauschen here in the Gruber offices, One Call That's All studio, and he always brings up how bad LaFleur's attitude was about going to London and that it had an effect, in his opinion, on how they played. So all these things are going on, and now this, 2 weeks ago, they were 6-6. They had just won 2 colossal games, and we were not questioning whether they were going to make the playoffs. We were trying to figure out what seed would they be, the 6 or the 7.
Well, is Matt LaFleur going to be coach of the year? Is Goody going to be executive of the year? We were handing out awards left and right.
If they could sign Love to a $50 million a year extension, they would. And now we got, and look, I am not a Devondre Campbell fan. He was on he had violated the NFL's policy on making yourself available to the media. Chewy always made himself available. He just had that locker in the corner that nobody could get to.
He couldn't get to him.
A little smelly, but I made myself available.
But so he talked last week, and it's great, and he was fine. I mean, he's a smart, interesting guy, but he's difficult. And this, I just don't know. And you guys know that I've curtailed my social media usage significantly. I used to use Twitter a lot back when it first started, right? But I don't know if there's a medium where people hurt their careers or how they're viewed or worse than Twitter. Like, if this is how you're feeling, fine, right? Why did you now share it with the entire world? Because now the three of us and many, many other, I told you when I walked in here, I got that sent to me by 4 different people. Bill Huber, Gary Ellerson, Josh DiMaggio, 2 other people have since sent it. That is as bad of a look as a veteran can come up with as a team leader.
It is. And LaFleur, Jason, he cannot just let this go, because I'm going to tell you what happened. Today's their day off. I don't know Devondre Campbell. I don't know these guys, but typically on a Monday we would get together because that was, the night before the day off. And it's like politics. Devondre Campbell is going, can you believe LaFleur said that about us in communication? Screw him. That's how players are. So he's
Nicky's Lionhead Tavern.
He's essentially a politician right now trying to sell his story to guys on the defense. And LaFleur just can't let this go.
Yeah, what I don't get is, LaFleur talks so much about communication, which, again, I still believe is cover for what was actually wrong with them playing poorly. And maybe in the room where they actually tell the truth in meetings, maybe it wasn't communication, right? Possibly.
Sure.
But he's not the play caller.
Yeah.
Quay Walker is. He's the green dot. They wanted him to be that guy this year. And so was it really that big of a slam on Devondre Campbell to be talking publicly about communication? Because I'll tell you this, Quay Walker, who also does not enjoy talking to us, made himself available yesterday, and his messaging was, this is on me. I need to do better. I need to over-communicate. It's not Joe Barry's fault. I look at it as, what did I do that wasn't good enough that our communication was bad?
You know who's loving this? Is Jair.
I agree. I'm laughing.
Jair's
at
loving this. Yeah. Because now he's got 2 veteran, good-playing allies on the and that's what they do. They try to recruit. And okay, and then it turns into it's us against you, which is a horrible.
Right, that's not the dynamic you want in the locker room.
Cool.
No, I'm just wondering.
Feeling great.
Poor Gabe.
Feeling great.
Fan.
Do you think
feeling
LaFleur
great
calls
right
him
now
in though and addresses this? I mean, he can't just let it go.
I wouldn't. Now again, I don't know what LaFleur's confrontational style is. Again, if Twitter existed in 1995. And the starting tight end posted this. I've been playing with my plantar fasciitis.
Yes.
Screw you guys. I'm done.
Keith Jackson catches 3 tight ends.
3 touchdowns.
I get 1 catch for 4 yards. Who am I, William Henderson?
Yeah.
Sorry,
how quickly?
Just take out Willie like that. What are you doing?
Have
run?
Mike Holmgren used to call media at 6 a.m. when he saw something in the newspaper he didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I can guarantee you that Devondre Campbell's phone would be ringing from Big Mike.
Yes.
Who, by the way, is both a Saint Bernard and an angry Saint Bernard.
You're talking Holmgren, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Did Holmgren ever call you? 6 a.m.?
So that was early enough in my career where I wasn't established enough to write anything significant enough to upset him. But he intimidated me. There's no doubt about it. He was intimidating for a young reporter.
Who did he call? Was it Havel? Chris Havel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Tom Silverstein would get calls from him all the time.
Really?
All right. We're going to balance Packer talk and power ranking cheese spreads.
Yes, this is good timing by me.
So, yeah, this is great timing by you. So we're going to balance that the best we can because we've got some cheese that Chewy wants to power rank, some cheese spread just in time for the holidays from our friends at Pine River. We do that next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey guys, have you considered Professional Construction Inc. in Waukesha for all of your construction needs? You know I've talked about my basement remodel and how fantastic the folks over at PCI have been at getting that job done, even when we got thrown the curveball of the foundation needing to be excavated and rebuilt and whatnot. The PCI team, no problem. We can get it done. We'll make it happen. And they can do the same for you guys. Whether you're looking for help on a remodeling project like we were, or maybe you're looking for a commercial project or a multifamily or an office, the PCI team is here for you. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're in the market at all for any sort of construction job, these are the folks you need to call. PCI is also hiring experienced carpenters to lead field crews. So if that's you or someone you know, you can apply online at professionalconstructioninc.com/careers. But seriously, I can't be happier with the job that they have done on our basement. And I know that not only are they a great group to work with, they do exceptional work. And that's across the board. Consider Professional Construction Inc. in Waukesha for all of your construction needs. That website again, professionalconstructioninc.com, professionalconstructioninc.com.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977. The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We are also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. Former Wisconsin basketball star Devin Harris graduated with a degree in history over the weekend, 2 decades after he left for the NBA. Harris was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks with the 5th overall pick in the 2004 NBA draft, with his last season coming in 2019. Now, nearly 20 years after Harris last donned the cardinal and white, he was handed a bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. To make the commencement ceremony even more special, his former teammate, Michael Finley, was the guest commencement speaker.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Are you going to answer the question?
What's the question?
Can the Packers win without Aaron Jones on Sunday?
Yes. Will you stop? You know what he is? He's like the little devil on the shoulder.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
I'm not used to having this many people in the studio. We're getting a lot of attention here for the final segment of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We got Wildy, we got Tausch here in Milwaukee. They're coming up next. We got a lot of people here. Okay, so...
I know. Jason did it. You didn't yell at him.
Well, yeah, but he also didn't burp into his microphone earlier.
You burp on air.
It wasn't into the mic. I pulled myself away.
See, I get it when you have the little... See, I think you have a home studio, too, but I have the thing, and I got to, lift it up.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're breathing...
Tosh, all I'm going to say, better out of this hole than the other one.
Is it?
For what we're about to eat, yeah, probably.
Fair enough.
So we have a lot of cheeses here from Pine River, and they also gave us our cracker vessel pairing guide. So, whatever cheese you want to have, we each have a plate full of goodies.
How do you get anything done when you got Chewy's sexy picture over there?
It's tough.
It's very distracting.
Gosh. Did you do a full calendar spread? Because Flanagan and all the O-line, they tried to talk. Thank God I made a decision not to do that.
That was a good decision.
Very smart decision.
See, I don't remember it. I don't know if it's the concussions or it never happened. I still don't think that's me. That's the story I'm sticking to.
That's definitely you.
He wasn't here when the Pine River folks were here with us the last time, and they insisted on, after the show, taking a picture with it. So Chewy was present for the photo.
I wonder if that caused me to shave my pits now. Because they're clearly not shaved in that picture.
Yeah. That's correct.
What?
Did you shave yours?
No. Can't you just do the thing where you just hair removal and you're done?
Well, you could, but didn't you have the strap underneath the shoulder pads always constantly pulling at the hair?
At that point, I didn't care.
All right. You guys are different, though.
For sure.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Have you taken offense to Chewy calling offensive linemen cows, where you just kind of go off and graze doing your own thing?
Listen, Chewy knows the O-line culture as well as because tight ends are right there.
In extension.
Yeah. They're a bunch of cheese spreads from being right with us.
All right. We have the cheese spreads. It's a great transition. What cheese spread, Chewy, what one do you want to try the most?
I'm going habanero. Or no, the hot ghost pepper one.
Oh, you want to do the ghost pepper one. All right, so the ghost pepper pairs best.
Just wait.
With a wheat thin or a Ritz.
Is that Pepper Jack the ghost pepper? Or is that
no? There's an actual ghost pepper.
Okay.
Do you not have the lineup? We've got. Look at all these. Look at all these.
I give to you the candy
all right, here we
lineup.
Go.
You a little nervous? He was a little nervous. They have the ghost pepper there.
Oh, this is the ghost pepper.
Oh, you got the ghost pepper.
So what are we doing?
Try it with the wheat thin. Yes.
Wheat thin.
The wheat thin is what pairs with the best.
Yet. Oh, is that good? Here comes the burn. It's hot.
Good. Hey,
really hot.
Pass the ghost pepper over here. I want to give that a shot here.
Good thing you've got your 2-gallon jug of water to drink from.
I left it in the truck too. It's all.
Oh, it's got a little ice in it. It's finally melting.
What are you talking about? The burn comes right away. You sure you had the right one?
I don't know.
Tom doesn't have a beverage.
He's got his coffee.
Neo? That's a good.
You know what's great? Put hot coffee on it.
But that's the perfect amount of. Now it's getting a little hotter.
It's got good. I love kick.
Yeah,
I love kick.
It's definitely got kick.
It's got kick. There's no doubt. I probably put too much on the wheat thin.
Yeah, maybe a little much.
What's the right spread? What's the right difference on it?
Is the ghost pepper the hottest pepper?
I think we made a mistake. I think we should have done the ghost pepper last.
I would have agreed.
I can't wait to try the port wine. Being the tough guy.
Are you not going to try the ghost pepper?
No. I think your evidence has proven that I'm not tough enough for that.
Wow, yeah, but I like
hot.
that.
So you should try it. The mango habanero is their award-winning cheese.
Ooh.
And where's that one, Gabe?
I've got
it right here.
Cheddar over here.
I've had this before.
You need crackers, Jason?
Guys,
no, we got a whole
that.
plate.
Just wait. How hot is this going to be?
It's not very hot.
All right, I think I'm going pretzel with this.
Yeah. Okay. So mango habanero, a pita chip or a tortilla chip is what's best for that. We will release this. By the way,
this is really helpful. Where do I use the? What do I use a Nilla wafer? Because I noticed those are on
cranberry cheddar.
Oh, sweet.
Do you have the cranberry cheddar?
Do.
That is released just in time for the holidays. So Try the Nilla wafer with the cranberry cheddar.
See, now the mango habanero, I would have thought would have been really kicky too.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. It's a lot smoother.
They've got some sort of like jam in there that's a little smoother.
What am I eating with
It's really good. That's like their award-winning one.
Which is a pita chip? This?
I don't know. I don't know if we have pita
chips.
I don't know if we have any. Yeah,
I'm gonna go. You know what are horrible? Triscuits are. They're just not good.
I think they're a partner of yours now.
They're pretty good. They're not bad. I'm like Jason.
Oh, we do have some pita chips. All right. Yeah, they came prepared.
You know what I like?
There
them.
you go.
That's
too late.
the heck.
Oh man, I got the. How was the cranberry there over there, Jason?
Outstanding.
And
I love cranberries. So
yeah,
that
it's not hot.
No.
It doesn't have the same kick as the.
It's got a good flavor though, right out of the
little
gate.
mango, just to soothe the heat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try the pepper jack because I'm a pepper jack guy.
I know Chewy wants to try
is
the
there
horseradish. I don't know if.
I think isn't it right in front of Tausch?
It might be in front of Tausch there. Nope. Oh, okay. We've got the horseradish. Man, we've got just anytime we've got a request for something, everybody's just on top of it around here.
All right, pepper jack has jumped to my number
I got
one
a little
so far.
little
I need
kick
the
to
horse.
it.
I'm a huge horseradish
So am
guy.
I used to grow it.
You grew horseradish?
Yeah, very good.
How does that work?
You grind it up, put some vinegar in it.
60-year cheddar. I would recommend the 60-year cheddar.
Well, I
got some here if you want. The Pine River 60 month. It's an anniversary cheese spread.
Wow.
I'd be
Horseradish
interested in
is
that
my
one.
leader
All
in
right.
the clubhouse.
You can pass that over to Wildy. Despite Chewy once claiming cheddar was not a top 10 cheese.
I heard that portion of the program.
It happens.
Yeah, horseradish has jumped to number
Isn't
one.
that good? Horseradish number one.
Dude,
every new one Tausch tries.
No. Listen, the first one is not at the top of my list. I had already put it third or fourth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Horseradish was one on mine as well. Perfect
That is
little burn
really
in the
good.
nose.
Jason, how's the wine?
So it's really good. I
is there
am 3
100
for 3 on ones that I've really liked. I've got a beer
100 age?
cheese over here.
Which
Oh,
is
the beer
100
cheese
age?
is really good. Yeah, that's the
That's
60
the one
year.
yes.
60.
Where's the smoky
Or 60
bacon?
month.
That also
60
sounds
year.
right up my alley.
60 year cheddar. What are you looking for?
Smoky bacon.
Oh, I got it right over here.
This is absolute chaos.
Anyone do the
Is this how
spicy
I-
beer?
Go over-
Josh, you're in charge
Spicy
of the
beer?
show.
Oh,
Is this exactly how you envision
Wisconsin
this?
beer cheese.
Let me try that.
There's
Okay.
that many of you that it was just going to be a free for all.
Yeah, the spicy
I
beer is
embraced
also
it.
really good. The spicy beer doesn't have the. I mean, it's got a little bit of that hang time on the kick. I'm a big fan of the spicy beer. I'm trying the pimento right now, just because. Again,
Why not?
yeah, it's right in front of me.
Wow, that's good too. The Wisconsin
All right, is
beer.
there anything that we're really missing? Because the 60-month cheddar is really good. Sharp. I always love a good sharp cheddar too.
Are we ready to give our rankings quickly here with the last minute and a
With
half?
the last
I
minute
feel
and a
like
half
we
here.
need. I feel like we needed more time.
Wait, why don't we just carry this into our show?
Why don't we finish?
And
Yeah.
then we have more time.
That
We can-
works for me.
I don't think Chewy wants to work past 8:58. That's if I'm being honest.
I have a meeting with the boss,
I'm
so
sure
I did
you do.
something.
By the way, I heard you
Yeah, I know,
with
I
Scalzo. It was I couldn't get out of my car. The way you were panicking about it and then taking it out on Ashley and Gabe, I couldn't stop laughing. And Scalzo's sitting there like, what the hell are you guys even talking about? We probably need to rank these, right?
I think we should start our show with ranking.
Well, we could do it.
Chewy can
I
suck
get
it
till
up and stick
9:15.
around.
You
I got till
can go till
9:15.
9:15.
Yeah.
All right, we'll rank
I
at the
think
start.
Pine River is going to bring us this much cheese. I think we owe them a focused version of us.
Yes.
And that's what we always have on Wildy
Oh
and
yeah,
Tausch.
very focused. And so we'll continue this. The party continues with Pine River Cheese coming up next. 94.5 ESPN.
Silver Spring, Hampton into the Capitol Drive area. Northbound 41's backing up from Watertown Plank Road.